Let's turn this silence into something breathless and wild. Not just the hush between spoken words, but the sacred pause that quivers in waiting. There's a hunger that echoes in the stillness, a soft promise draped in possibility. You and I, our eyes hold conversations deeper than sound can ever carry. Every glance is a tether pulling me into a space where boundaries melt and breath becomes confession. The air is thick with need, pressing in like velvet heat. We don't speak, because what we crave is louder than language. You shift closer, the silence stretching, charged and electric. It coils around us like a ribbon of lightning, lighting fires along our skin. There's no shame in this quiet, only the prelude to chaos dressed in desire. Each inhale is a touch, each exhale a tease. We are teetering on the edge of an unnamed cliff, hearts braced to leap, pulses chasing thunder. What if we fall? What if we fly? What if the silence was never empty, but just waiting for us to fill it with something sacredly unrestrained? Your fingertips hover, not quite touching, but sending shockwaves regardless. This is the language we were born to speak, skin and breath and wildness set loose from reason. You don't need to say a word, your closeness is its own seduction. I am open, a page you're just beginning to read, and every letter forms from the tension curling between us. The silence holds its breath too, afraid to interrupt the storm we are becoming. A moan curls in my throat, unspoken but alive, fluttering like a moth desperate to find flame. Your breath brushes my cheek, and I feel the whisper of your intentions. Let's not tame this, let's break it wide open. Let our lips write stories across each other, tales inked in gasps and stifled whimpers. We are not still, we are just gathering force. This silence, it's the fuse and we are the match. Strike it. Let heat replace hesitation. Let trembling limbs speak their own gospel. The wild isn't something to fear. It's already inside us, waiting to be named. The space between us is a pulse all its own, steady and primal, calling us deeper into the kind of quiet that roars. We orbit one another like twin suns, gravitationally drunk on need. Time seems to stretch and compress around us, as if the universe itself is holding its breath, craving the moment our mouths finally meet. Your eyes drink me in, and mine answer back with a confession of their own. This stillness between us, it's a stage set for chaos, a wild dance waiting for the first step, a promise waiting to unravel. My body hums with permission, aching for your hands to write poetry along my spine. The silence has shifted now, thick and ripe, like air before a storm. It dares us to break it with moans, with sighs, with the slap of skin on skin, with whispered curses of pleasure. You graze your fingers along my jaw, and I don't flinch. I bloom, wild and ready. If words must come, let them come soaked in breathlessness, trembling at the edge of surrender. In this hush, we are gods crafting galaxies from longing. My skin tingles with the energy of your almost touch, your restraint sharpening every ache into something exquisitely unbearable. You trail down my arm like a breeze with purpose, and I swear stars bloom beneath your fingers. There's a power in the pause, in how we withhold the inevitable, letting it grow teeth and hunger. Your lips hover a breath away from mine, and I forget how to breathe. We're rewriting silence into a symphony composed in gasps and glances. The rhythm builds in our blood, a tempo neither of us wants to stop. We could speak, but why ruin perfection with clumsy syllables when moans say more than language ever could? Let your touch write verses down my neck. Let your tongue punctuate each sigh with fire. Every second we delay is a sacred rebellion against the mundane, a spell cast in want. Our silence is not passive, it is a demand, a dare, a wild breathless invitation into something no one else would understand. The quiet parts of us are screaming now, shedding their cloaks of politeness and modesty. I want to drag you into me with nothing more than the raw pull of need. And you look at me like I'm made of temptation, like my skin is wrapped in mysteries only your hands can solve. There is nothing shy here, only the wild tension of creatures who have waited too long to claim what's already theirs. The silence groans under the weight of our mutual restraint, begging to be shattered. Let's not wait anymore. Let's be feral. Let's be flame. Let our hips write verses that shame the stars. Each sigh a stanza, each gasp a rhyme. Let your hands explore the prose of my body, until every paragraph trembles beneath your touch. We are not meant to be quiet. We are meant to burn. Let the world fall away. Let the silence be the kind that lives only between the beats of our hearts colliding, the breath before the cry, the hush before the climax. Your hands slide into the spaces no one else dares to reach, not just my body, but the silent corners of my soul, the ones that have ached for touch that listens. This is no longer silence, it's prayer, it's offering, it's prophecy. The way your palm presses against my lower back is more honest than any vow. And the way your mouth finds mine, finally after all the anticipation, is not a kiss, it's an eruption. Like volcanoes that have waited centuries to spill their truth, we lose ourselves in it. Your breath becomes mine, your rhythm merges with mine, and suddenly everything is movement and music. No more restraint, no more space, just wild, just breathless, just now. The bed creaks like it's trying to harmonize with our rhythm, our voices breaking the silence into 1,000 shimmering fragments. There's no modesty in the way I cry out your name, only raw belief. You're no longer a person, you're a force, and I am undone in every glorious way. This is the silence turned savage, the quiet transmuted into ecstasy. My thighs cradle your hips like a poem finally finished, like punctuation that ends all hesitation. There is no up or down, no time or place, only the sound of breath that shudders and pulses that sink. You are wild in your worship, and I offer myself in kind. I arch into your every thrust like an exclamation, like a dare to go deeper, take more, make it last, and let it end all at once. The air is thick with sweat and want, with the sound of skin meeting skin in the most sacred conversation of all. You whisper things that don't make sense, syllables lost in the heat, but I understand every one. I answer with my body, with the claw of my fingers against your back, with the bite of my teeth on your shoulder, with the trembling cry that escapes me as you push me closer to the edge. Let's not stop, let's not even think, just break. Together, we tumble over that edge with the wild grace of stars collapsing into birth. Everything explodes and implodes at once. My back arches like the sky cracking open. Your name is the only prayer I can remember, and all the silence we once held sacred shatters beneath us. There's no space between us now, just fire. We move like waves learning each other's tide, crashing and receding, pressing and retreating, again and again until breath becomes ragged and pleasure sharpens into something divine. The moment stretches, infinite and immediate. When it breaks, it's with a soundless cry, too holy to be spoken aloud. We collapse into each other, panting, slick with sin and grace. The silence returns, but it's different now, warmed, broken in, worn soft by our body's communion. It's no longer empty. It carries our story now, etched into every breath, every sigh. I look at you and see not just a lover, but a co-creator of something wild, something that roared into life from nothing but a hush. Even as we lie tangled in each other's limbs, the echoes of what we made still dance around us. My skin still sings your name in heat. Your hand rests on my thigh like a signature. The silence now is not void. It's full, a soft hum of aftermath, of satisfaction laced with want. There's still a pulse of something more beneath it, something that hasn't yet been said with mouth or movement. I meet your eyes again and feel it stir. Not hunger this time, but reverence, the kind of quiet that follows truth. The wild has not left us. It slumbers in our tangled legs and shared breath, waiting to rise again. And rise it will, because silence once broken by wildness never settles back into stillness. It remembers, it lingers, it dares. So let us promise with our eyes, with the lazy trail of fingers down spines, that this silence will always be the kind we break with fire. Let's turn it again, and again, into something breathless, something feral, something irrevocably ours.